So this is my room last night at the Above the Clouds hostel. There's the main house back behind me, and then this little bunkhouse sleeps 4 people. So each bunk has an outlet. I did not realize that last night, but not a huge deal. Even more outlets out here and a little space heater. So I got my gear over here, and I've been just about ready to leave in the morning. So it turns out there was over 30 people here last night, so I was not the only one with the idea to get off trail. They said they're over capacity. People are sleeping on the floor and in other places. Like, they just wanted to get out of the cold, just like I did. Apparently a lot of people didn't hike all day yesterday, so I'm glad I did. It ended up being a nicer day after the first few hours, but I get it if some people just were so cold. There was quite a few people that actually came and spent the night before last as well, just to avoid that freezing cold both times. But I'm glad that I stayed out there one night and just tested myself, tested my gear. It was not comfortable, but I made it. So now I know I don't need to do that again. For today, I'm getting ready here in just a few minutes to get back in the shuttle ride back to Gooch Gap. I think we're going 7 something miles today to the next campsites. I'm getting a little bit of a later start, so I didn't really want to push too far, but it's supposed to be kind of a limited campsite, so we'll see if there's room or not and if I have to keep going further. All right, I just got dropped back off at Gooch Gap. It's still pretty chilly out here. I think it's still below 20, but it's supposed to warm up multiple degrees every hour, so should be up in the 40s or something at some point today. A little bit breezy still. Really hope this wind goes away quickly, but who knows. Kind of a late start this morning. Just wanted to, it's about 9:30 I think, so wanted to give it a little bit of time to warm up, which it didn't much, but a little. And then get my gear sorted out a little bit and kind of move some stuff around in my pack. But it's time to get moving, get the blood flowing, get warm that way. Yeah, life just seems simpler when all you have to do is hike. For me, trying to figure out the planning of resupplying and hostels and all that stuff is very mentally taxing. So I don't love that part yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out as we go. Alright, well, I think today is actually supposed to be pretty mild as far as elevation goes, so it should be potentially a pretty quick day. Yeah, so we're going down to, I forget the name, some campsite. It's about 7 miles out. I figured with the late start, I don't really want to push too far today. But there's supposed to be limited sites, so if they're full, I'm going to have to push on a bit more. And I think there's a couple more spots you can camp before the shelter, but the shelter's like 3 more miles, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe with the relatively flat ground, I'll be able to make up some time. You guys hear that? Me either. The wind has finally died down. There's some little breezes here and there, but holy cow, it's nice without the wind. And the quiet, man. It's really warming up. I had too many layers on at the start because I was expecting the same wind from yesterday and to be freezing cold even if it was up in the 40s. But the sun is out, it's beautiful. It's, yeah, in the 50s right now and hardly any wind. It's a pretty good day. Hopefully it continues that way. But from talking to a couple of the guys who work at the hostel, one of them said that we get this kind of wind sometimes because it's sort of the first mountain range on the Appalachian Mountains. So there's nothing to block the wind. But then the other guy was saying that the wind we've had in the last couple days has just been brutal and it's not necessarily typical. So I'm really hoping that that was sort of a fluke thing, kind of like the cold. And I don't really have to deal with that anymore. That would be really great. Well, I just met Fresh Ground and got some lunch. I really did not expect to see him, at least this early. I really hoped to meet him, but because I'm so close to kind of the start of the bubble, I kind of figured maybe he's already moved on, but no, we're near the tail end of the people he's feeding, but looks like I'll be seeing him around. That is super exciting and really made my day. Well, I'm really starting to slow down now. My feet and ankles are just really sore. They hurt. My leg muscles are doing a lot better than day one. Still some tightness and some soreness for sure. But at this point, I think the worst thing is just kind of the impact from each step, especially going downhill. I know that'll get better, probably just in a few days. And I plan on taking a zero, I don't know, another 4 or 5 days from now maybe. So that'll really help to let my body recover from all this stuff and just get a lot stronger. For now, I either have a little less than a mile, I guess now, till the tent site place I was looking at, or I can push on another 4 or 5, I can't remember now, to the shelter, to Woods Hole Shelter. I would really like to do that, but I don't know if I can realistically make it there tonight. It's still early. It's maybe, I don't know, 2:30. I think I looked recently. Not even 3 o'clock yet. So I got plenty of time. The sun doesn't set until 6:30 or 6:45 or something like that. So not worried about that. It's more just my physical energy and stamina. But if I can make those extra few miles to the shelter tonight, then that's less that I have to do tomorrow. And I'm gonna make it to Neal Gap tomorrow. So that'll give me a little bit of time in mountain crossings to just check it out. I've always wanted to see it. And then to try and figure out my resupply there. I don't know if I want to just get a couple days and then later on get a shuttle down into Hiawassee, or if they have enough food that's reasonably priced, then I can go another 4 or 5 days or whatever. So if I have more time tomorrow, then that just makes that whole part easier. Other than that, this afternoon has been unbelievably good weather. I think it's been around 50 degrees, almost no wind at all. I've really wanted to take off this rain jacket as like a windbreaker for a while, And then right as I'm about to stop, there's a little bit of gusts of wind here and there, and that reminds me, like, the wind is still cold, and plus with me sweating, that makes it really cold. Like, I'll just leave it on, whatever. Today though, the trail has been again different from previous days. Kind of walking along the side of a mountain the whole time. So there's not been a lot of places to stop and take breaks, because you're either going straight up a mountain or straight down a mountain most of the time. And when you're not doing that, you're going up or down on the trail. So yeah, I don't know. Just another different kind of trail day. So yeah, we'll see where I end up stopping tonight. I'm going to try and push to the shelter, but if in the next mile or whatever I decide I really shouldn't do that, then we'll stop there. Alright, we got about a mile left till I turn off to the shelter, and I am running on fumes. I did push all the way to the Woods Hole shelter, so this will be a 10.7 mile day, something like that. Definitely feels like the longest one so far. I think I'll make it before the sun sets, but not by a lot. And once I get there, I'm gonna set up camp and pretty much go to bed and crash. I am exhausted. Oh, yeah. At this point, I don't even know what mileage I have for tomorrow. I think it was going to be another probably 8 or 9 miles, but now that I've gone an extra 3 or whatever, I'll have to reconsider that. So yeah, that's been today. Just long and tiring, but thankfully warm and no wind. So I think the windstorm has passed, and hopefully we won't have another one of those kind of days for a while. At least until it's warmer. And then maybe I won't mind it so much.